Have you ever felt that familiar knot in your stomach, racing heart, tightness in your chest, that feeling of dread that washes over you even when there's no real obvious threat? I know that feeling all too well. For years, I lived with a constant undercurrent of anxiety, a gnawing sense of unease that followed me everywhere I went. It was like a dark cloud, right? A big storm cloud hanging over top of my head, causing a shadow on every aspect of my life. It started small with, just a few sleepless nights and, a tendency to overthink things. But over time, it grew into a monster that controlled my thoughts, my emotions, and ultimately my actions. I would wake up in the middle of the night, my heart just pounding, my mind racing at just the worst case scenarios. I would cancel plans at the last minute. I was too afraid to be in social situations or step outside my comfort zone. I would second guess myself constantly, doubting my abilities and feeling like a fraud. I was like Finding Nemo's dad, right? I was afraid to go anywhere. That was what I was like. This anxiety wasn't just a minor inconvenience. It was a heavy burden that I carried around with me everywhere I went. It affected my health, my career, my relationships, my behaviors. I developed chronic digestive issues. My immune system weakened. I was constantly battling headaches and fatigue. My work suffered as I struggled to be able to focus, right, and meet deadlines. And my relationships became strained as I withdrew from everyone I loved, and I pushed those away who did care about me. It felt like I was living in a prison of my own making, trapped in fear and just unable to breathe. So let's look at two different realities. In one, you let anxiety control your life like that, right? You avoid social situations. You miss out on opportunities. You settle for a life that's just not, what you really deserve. Your health deteriorates. Your relationships crumble. And you feel like you're just going through the motions, right? Never really able to experience joy or happiness or, everything that this life's got to give. In the other one, in the other life, you've conquered your anxiety. You have reclaimed your life. You're confident, empowered. You're free to pursue your dreams, okay? You have a healthy, fulfilling relationship, thriving career, deep sense of inner peace. And you wake up each day ready to face the day, and you live with excitement and purpose, ready to embrace all that life has to offer. The truth is, you have the power to choose which one of these realities that you want to create, right? But it's not your fault if you're struggling with anxiety. It's often a learned behavior passed down through generations of unspoken pain and unhealed trauma. Anxiety is not just a personal issue. It's often a family affair, right? If your parents or grandparents struggle with anxiety, you're more than likely to experience it yourself. You see, it's like an invisible thread, right? Woven into the fabric of your family history. And it influences your thoughts, your feelings, your behaviors. But here's the empowering truth. You are not your ancestors' pain. You are not destined to relive all of their struggles. You have the power to break free from the cycles and create a brand new story for yourself. And it all starts with understanding the root cause of all of your anxiety. For me, it was like a combination of factors, right? Childhood trauma, genetic predisposition, learned behaviors, the environment, and of course traumatic experiences. Once I understood, though, where my anxiety was coming from, I could start to address it. at its source. I sought out therapy. I learned coping mechanisms. I started to change negative beliefs and patterns that I was having that were fueling my anxiety. It wasn't easy, and there was plenty of setbacks along the way, but the most important thing was that I started a self-care routine. I got into yoga, I got into Qigong. I started taking time out every day to focus on myself. And with patience and dedication and a lot of self-compassion, I was able to reclaim my life. And today, I'm no longer a prisoner to my anxiety. I've learned to manage it in a way that it doesn't control my life. I'm able to show up fully in my relationships, pursue my passions, and I live a life that's really fulfilling. If you're struggling with anxiety, I want you to know that there is hope, right? You do not have to suffer in silence. There are so many resources available to help you heal and to create a life that's away from that grip of fear. Take the first step today. Reach out to a therapist, join a support group, explore some healing modalities, energy work, meditations, find a coach, anything that resonates with you, and start practicing it. Remember, you're not alone, You're worthy of healing, happiness, and having a life that's just filled with joy and positivity.